Welcome, and thanks for stopping by the channel. This is the first of a multi-part series on rimfire bench rest shooting. The purpose of this video is to introduce both new and experienced shooters to the sport of rimfire bench rest shooting, specifically IBS Rimfire Benchrest. The International Bench Rest Shooters, or IBS, is a governing body for bench rest shooting competitions. For decades, IBS and affiliated clubs have held both group and score tournaments throughout the eastern United States. In 2023, IBS made the decision to bring back their rimfire program. To that end, new rules, targets, and procedures were developed. The current IBS Rimfire Benchrest rulebook is available for download at internationalbenchrest.com. Targets can be found at nationaltarget.com. So, what is bench rest shooting? Simply put, it is the never-ending search for accuracy and precision in the design and construction of the rifle, the bench equipment, the ammunition, and the shooter skill. From a bench, competitors shoot paper targets at known distances. The shooter with the best aggregate score at the end of the tournament is the winner. Sanctioned rimfire bench rest competitions in the U.S. are governed by different organizations. Most have a similar set of rules covering rifle classes, targets, and procedures. Like other organizations, IBS Rimfire Benchrest is score shooting at 50 yards. However, IBS also sanctions matches at 100 yards to further challenge the shooter's skill. Although it is called Rimfire Benchrest, all competitions are based on the .22 long rifle cartridge. The 17s and .22 Magnums are not allowed. IBS rimfire rifles are separated into 3+ classes: factory, custom, and unlimited. For all rifle classes, please review the current IBS rulebook for details and specifics. IBS factory class rules are virtually identical to other rimfire benchrest organizations, allowing seamless crossover without additional equipment or expense. Factory is a very competitive entry-level class. Its purpose is for new and seasoned shooters alike to compete on a level playing field without needing to spend large sums of time and money. Factory class is very restrictive as to which rifles and modifications to those rifles are allowed. With a few exceptions, the rifles must stay pretty much as you got it from the dealer. The next class is custom. This class is for the shooter that wants to tinker with his or her rifle to improve accuracy and performance. Almost any modification or upgrade can be made. The custom class is unique to IBS rimfire competition. There is a subclass under custom called vintage. Vintage class rifles are any .22 rifle, mostly manufactured before 1980. If you'd like to pull Grandpa's old .22 out of the closet and see how it stacks up, this is your class. Vintage class is also unique to IBS rimfire competition. Finally, there is unlimited. IBS rules for unlimited, like factory, are virtually identical to the other governing bodies to allow seamless transition between competitions. Any firearm chambered for the .22 long rifle cartridge may be used. There are no weight limits, no subclasses, and no dimensional restrictions to barrels, stocks, or limits on scope magnification. Pretty much anything goes. This class is for the innovator and die-hard competitor. In IBS rimfire competitions, shooters are allowed to move up in class, but not down. A factory rifle shooter may compete in custom or in limited classes if they wish. However, an unlimited or custom rifle shooter cannot compete in factory class. In IBS competitions, all rifle classes use the same target and may shoot on the same relay. So a factory shooter may be next to an unlimited shooter. A primary rule in bench rest is the rifle bolt or ammunition cannot be in the gun except between commence fire and cease fire commands. Having a bolt or ammo in the gun at any other time will cause you to be disqualified and removed from the competition. Before we look at the targets, an explanation of terms is in order. What is a minute of angle, and how does it relate to bench rest shooting? A circle can be measured by either degrees or radians. A full circle has 360 degrees. Each degree is divided into 60 minutes of angle, or MOA. Most hunting and target scopes use MOA. The standard adjustment being 1/4 MOA per click, or about 1/4 inch per click at 100 yards. As the distance changes, so does the amount of movement per click. At 100 yards, 1 MOA is actually 1.047 inches, but we can round it off to 1 inch and be pretty close. Because this is a measurement of angle, at 200 yards, 1 MOA is about 2 inches, and the 1/4 inch movement per click doubles to 1/2 inch. At 300 yards, 3 inches, and 3/4 inch, etc. Going the other way, at 50 yards, 1 MOA is about 1/2 inch, and the 1/4 inch click is now 1/8 inch. Here is a diagram that explains what we've been talking about. Got it? Good. Now let's look at the targets. The IBS 50-yard target has 25 bullseye targets for score, 4 full-size sighters across the top of the sheet, and 9 abbreviated sighters across the bottom. Each bullseye has 9 score rings. The 10 ring is 1/2 minute at 50 yards, or about 1/4 inch in diameter. The center dot is the X. It does not have point value, but is used as a tiebreaker. Each lesser ring increases size by about 1/2 minute. The 9 ring at 1 minute, 8 ring at 1.5 minute, etc. If the shot falls outside all rings, it is scored a 0. What is a sighter? It's a practice target designated by an S to allow adjustment to your scope without affecting your score. They are also handy in checking your holdover in windy conditions. The IBS 100-yard rimfire target has the same format as the 50-yard target. 25 bullseye targets for score, 4 full-size sighters across the top of the sheet, and 9 abbreviated sighters across the bottom. Each 100-yard bullseye has 6 score rings. The 10 ring is 1/2 minute at 100 yards, or about 1/2 inch in diameter. Each lesser ring increases size by about 1/2 minute. The 9 ring at 1 minute, 8 ring at 1.5 minute, etc. IBS uses traditional best edge scoring and will score shot 1 as a 10. If the shot breaks the higher ring, it gets the higher score. So, who can shoot at a match? The answer is just about anyone. You don't need to have any special skills or equipment as long as it meets the rules and is safe. Fellow shooters often give advice and assistance to first-timers to get them going. Junior shooters are encouraged to participate. They must have a supervising adult in attendance. Additionally, they must be able to safely load, unload, aim, and fire the rifle without assistance or coaching. Some clubs even offer a half-price entry fee to juniors. What can you expect at a competition? An IBS tournament is made up of matches. Each match uses a single target at either 50 or 100 yards. A tournament may be two 50-yard targets and two 100-yard targets, or four 50-yard cards. Any single or combination of distances is allowed. It's up to the match director and the club holding the competition. Each match consists of 25 shots for score, one shot on each score bullseye. You may fire unlimited sighters and alternate between sighter and score shots as you see fit. Each relay must be completed within the 20-minute time allotted. When you decide to go to a match, call the contact person and get the following information: the address of the match range, any directions to the rifle range, the start and anticipated end time, the number of targets at each distance, the registration fee, how many shooters, benches, and relays are expected, and the parking location. How much ammo will I need? It's a good practice, at least in the beginning, to bring one box per target. It's best to get to the range an hour to an hour and a half early to take care of business, have time to set up your bench, and study the wind. If the match says it starts at 9 o'clock, that's when the first shot is fired. Shooters are expected to be fully set up and ready to go. Find registration. Often this is the match director, so if you have any question, now is the time. Sign up and pay the match fee. The suggested fee is $20. Some clubs may be more, some less. You will draw for your bench and, if necessary, relay. If there are more shooters than available benches, the match will be divided into relays. In this case, shooters on relay 1 will shoot their first target, followed by relay 2. For the second target, relay 1 comes back to the line, followed again by relay 2, until all targets are completed. If there are more than 2 relays, each additional relay is added into the rotation. If the tournament has matches at both 50 and 100 yards, you may be required to rotate benches between distances. All competitors will move some number of benches to eliminate any competitor shooting in a specific sweet spot on the range for the entire tournament. Range benches are numbered 1 to the number of benches from left to right facing downrange. If rotation is in effect, the shift is to the right. If you are at the high limit, you will wrap around to the low side. As an example, if you are on a 20 bench range at bench 11 and there is a 7 bench rotation, you will move to bench 18. If you are on bench 15, you will move to bench 2. When you get your targets, there will be a competitor number written in the top right corner. If this is a 3-digit number followed by a dash and another number, as in 105-1, the first digit is your relay, in this case, relay 1. The next 2 digits are your competitor/bench number, in this case, bench 5, and the number after the dash is the target number. If there are 2 digits, then the dash and number, the first 2 are your competitor/bench number, followed by the dash and your target number. Your competitor number stays with you throughout the tournament, even after you rotate benches. The same with the relay. If you are on relay 2, you will always be on relay 2. In rimfire competitions, the shooter will often change out their own targets between matches. In larger matches, there may be a target crew to handle those chores. If a target crew is handling the targets, competitors need to stay behind the firing line. In either case, instructions will be given at the safety briefing. Before the tournament begins, there will be a mandatory safety briefing. During the briefing, range rules and a summary of match rules and procedures will be given. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. Each match has a winner for each rifle class. The aggregate score of the matches determines the tournament winner. Competitors enter each match with the expectation of shooting a perfect score. Scores between shooters are not expressed in how many points you got, but rather how many were dropped or lost, as in, I dropped 2 on that target. A word on match etiquette. Each match has a 20-minute time period. Some of the shooters may finish several minutes before the time expires. If you finish early, remove the bolt from your gun and make it safe. Then, review your target to make sure you shot all of the bullseyes. If the club or range officer allows it, you may get up from your bench and move behind the line. If not, remain seated and quiet. Do not disturb any other shooter on the line. After each match, the targets are collected, scored, then posted on the wailing wall for all to see. If you see what you believe to be a scoring error, you may protest the target to the referee and have them take another look at it. Do not remove the target from the wall. To keep dubious protests in check, there sometimes is a small fee for the recheck. If your protest is upheld, you get the money back. Do not remove your targets from the wall until the official protest period, usually half an hour after the match concludes, is over. Doing so can cause disqualification from the match. Every sport has its own terms and phrases. Here are a few you may hear on the range. Good shooting. The highest praise you can receive. Clean. Shooting clean means all shots on the target were in the 10 ring. No lost points. Green wind. Pertains to wind flags that show green on a left to right wind. Orange wind. The opposite of green wind. Right to left across the range. Dropped one. Had 1 shot in the 9 ring. Lost 1 point on that target. Pulled one. Shooter error causing the shot to miss the 10 ring. Flyer. An errant shot that did not go where it was aimed. No introduction to Benchrest would be complete without a list of standard excuses often heard by the wailing wall. If not for that 1 shot, I swear the wind shifted just as I pulled the trigger. Well, at least it's better than last time. It must be the gun, ammo, wind, glare, anything but the shooter. It's not broken in yet. I don't understand. It shot great yesterday. I was holding off for the wind, and the shot went right where I was aiming. So, you completed your first match. How'd you do? Did you have fun? If you are like most of the shooters, you are already thinking about how to do better at the next tournament. Welcome to Benchrest. If you have any questions, or if your club would like to host an IBS Rimfire Benchrest tournament, please contact Mark Burns at rimfirebr2024@gmail.com. Please join us for the next chapter in the series, Setting Up the Gun. Thanks for watching.